Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're gonna play a little Mardu Discard. So this deck I've been locked in the chamber for a while that I wanted to try, but so many other cool decks has kind of been taken over. I didn't really have a chance to try this Mardu version of the Discard, thanks to the Moonshadow plus Iron Shield Elf plus Bloodghast. We can get a lot of, well, this is get pumped by discard, this is automatically discarding, and we can discard Bloodghast. That was the original black part of the deck that we add to the Boros discard, right? The Boros discard really just happened to be Hardened Academic with Inti. That's already a very good combo. Now, to stack them all up, we have Practice Offense, which give all of our creature +1/+1, and we get a flashback. And the crazy thing about this card is we want to discard it, because on the flashback side, it's really only 2 mana. So 2 mana for an Anthem and a Double Strike is insanely powerful. Now, originally, the idea of this deck is it's hard to cast, because you gotta pay 3 mana for it first. But with the discard deck, it's very easy to do that and get a 2 mana version of it instead. And when we do with Hardened Academic, it's also a card that exiles or escapes from our graveyard, and that means extra +1/+1 counter. So that means that on the turn that we harden plus Practice Offense, that's a 4 mana play. Hardened Academic's already a 4/3 life-linking double striker. It's life link because we discard a card, we discard Practice Offense, and then in Practice Offense we chose Double Strike. So if we have no other creatures out, it's a 4/3 life linking Double Striker. Now if we have a Moonshadow or Marauding Mako, all of a sudden we're dealing like 10, 12 damage in that one attack. And plus, you know, the earlier game where we might have dealt 8 damage with other Moonshadow, Marauding Mako, and Bloodghast attacking, we probably already got lethal from there. But the best part about this deck is that if our damage was not strong enough, right? If we could not push enough damage in the early to mid game, we could always Kuba Root and just get to level 2 and then discard a few cards to win. So yeah, this deck has the extra oomph that a lot of aggro deck doesn't have, because we're Kuba Root and throwing peace on our opponent, because that's how Magic the Gathering works. Every Magic the Gathering player, Magic the Gathering game I've ever played since childhood has always ended with somebody throwing a piece on someone's face. So that is very, very true to the theme of Magic. And here is our actual deck list. So we have 4 Moonshadow and 4 Marauding Mako as our turn 1 tempo play. Once we have a 1-drop out, turn 2, we want to be able to play our Iron Shield Elf or Hardened Academic for additional discard, which pumps these, and discard the cards that we don't want to have in our hand, like a Bloodghast or Practice Offense. Aside from that, we can also play either Inti or Kuba Root, which, since we have a turn 1 creature, turn 2 we attack, and we trigger Kuba Root for extra card draw, or extra filtering, or Inti for even better card draw because it pumps our creature. So there's only 2 Inti because he is legendary, so that's why there's 4 Kuba-Ru and 2 Inti. These don't stack, but Kuba-Ru does stack, so that's why we have this kind of split. We don't ever want to hardcast a Bloodghast unless we got nothing else to do, but there are Bloodghasts that you can pay 2 Black Pit for. Don't do it. Just don't do it. All right. If you can play any other 2-drop, it's better than hardcasting a Bloodghast because it should be a free card. Turn 3 we have Tursa, so that's our 1, 2, 3 play, and those are the actual plays that we want to make. Then we have our interaction pieces. We have 4 Burst Lightning plus 1 Erode. That is to remove our opponent's early game creature plus any big creature we can erode. I don't like Erode as much, but potentially it can help us in fringe scenario where we might get pushed out by our opponent and we need to have a removal. Right, and then we have 4 Bloodghast, which obviously we already talked about what it's for. It's a free creature, so I'm going to put it out here because it's a 0 mana creature. We have 2-drop in Practice Offense. This is the card that we want to flashback on, but this is more of an Anthem effect than a creature card. So yeah, it is a 2-drop, but I'm going to put it over here because technically it's extra damage 2-drop, right? So think of it as interaction. We could Burst Lightning our opponent's face. Practice Offense is just extra damage to our opponent's face. And then we have Desecrex, which, again, we don't want to play for 4-drop. We want to discard it somehow with an attack somewhere and then cast it for the Mayhem Cause. Mayhem Cause is just free. If you discard it, it's just a 2-mana Desecrex. And Desecrex can bring back a 1 or 2-drop play, so Moonshadow or Iron Shield Elf or NT. These are all good cards. But we can even bring back a Tursa, right? Desecrex is 3 CMC or less. Tursa is 3 CMC or less, so you can Desecrex back a Tursa. But it's a fringe scenario. I don't want to have too many Desecrex stuck in my hand, so there's 1 in the deck total. And that's the whole idea of the deck. Then let's talk about the land base. We're going to run 22 lands. Very aggressive deck, so we can cut down the number of lands. We have 4 Concealed Courtyard and 1 Godless Shrine, 4 Blood Crypt and 1 Blazemire Verge, 4 Sacred Foundry and 2 Inspiring Vantage. Mardu color, it's got a pretty average split. I have 1 Mountain, 1 Multiversal Passage, and 4 Starting Town. I know the land base is kind of all over the place, but I don't actually know what is the best split. So I kind of went 4 of the most important lands, and then the rest I just kind of net deck with what everybody else is doing, and I copy that. So I'm not sure that's the best land split. We'll talk more about that in the outro. But let's go into the games and see how well this deck will do. Alright, our opponent is McDaddy Slim. Ambitious McDaddy. Wow, is this a bad hand? It's a lot of Moonshadow, but... Oh god. No, wait. Can't play it. No! Thanks, deck. Thanks for the color. Guess we'll put back a Moonshadow. Don't need that many now that I can't play any of them. Hardened Academic. We attack. That's all we do. Town Greeter. Dude. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to hit on graveyards now. Do I discard the elf? I mean, I can't really bring the elf back. It's not like I deal an extra damage discarding the elf here. First lighting that so I can deal more damage in, maybe? He's going to deceive me on a Cavero. I mean, not with the force, right? Does he have like a counterspell or something? Oh my god, that is a counterspell. I was not expecting that at all. But I still get a +1/+1. So down to 8. What now? Humans, so we're gonna have to face a Cavero, but a Cavero doing what? Or a Deceit. A Deceit on a bounce. Or a Deceit on a discard. I don't think he'll want a discard. Probably make me bounce. So bounce my Moonshadow. He's gonna make me discard? Yeah. Blue. You got it. Probably bouncing the Moonshadow here. But I still fly. Cool but rude. It's cool. I like that card. So, I'm going to Moonshadow and Cobra Root. And then I'm going to attack. Yeah, I want him to block, to be fair. Because that makes me a bigger Moonshadow. At least for now. Whenever I discard, I can deal 3 damage. So he has to kill the Cobra Root. Or he can just kill himself. GG. Alright, our opponent is Alizu. The Fervent. You go first. I mean, I do have cool Erode, so that's nice. Do I drop the Foundry? I don't think there was a card that I want to erode turn 1. Like, what would I erode on turn 1? That sounds dumb, right? Like, no way. Chocobo. Vantage. Hardened. I mean, I could block. I don't think I would. I can make a pretty big Hardened Academic, maybe. Escape Tunnel, okay. He's just putting all in the Chocobo. You can do that. He's allowed to do that. But I lifelink. So I don't know if it's in his best interest to let me lifelink like this. Erode. I mean, I can discard one Tursa. I don't know if that discard was necessary, honestly, because I could have held it until it dealt damage. Passing save. Earthbender Ascension. Get rid of this. How about you get a land? You like lands? Don't you like lands? You love lands. Have all the lands in the world. My turn. I get an elf. Do I discard the elf? Ugh. I level off and I attack. I had to discard something. Do I discard Tursa? He's not trample yet, right? But he can get to trample very easily. Do I need 2 cards that just discards whenever I want to? I think it's fine. So he's very close to dead if he doesn't hold up blockers. And I can search for a card. Then discard that card. Don't know what I searched for. Yeah, is there a card in the graveyard? Oh yeah, the of course. Yeah. The practice offense. That's time to be offensive. Time to be very offensive to our opponent. Ice 2, okay. He does get to play 2 lands this turn. Maybe he gives the forest up to be a scary attacker, but no lifelink and no winning this turn means I win next turn. He plays a tap land? Yo, buddy, that's no. I don't think you think you don't have as much time as you think you do. Tap land is just so wild. Not even attacking. Yeah, no reach. Alright, let's level this up. Let's practice some offense. Wow, that was... Okay, I can still discard it. I was gonna say, that was the only way I could not be able to get there, but now I can still discard it. I'm the player. This is a creature. This creature. Double strike. Discard a card to draw a card. Inti! Well, a little late for that, Inti. Go block. Yep. What now, opponent? You got a reacher. You need a reacher to fight a double striker. Yeah, good game. They're still clicking on their creatures. But like, those are creatures. Okay. First strike damage. Discard Inti. 2 more damage to you. I don't want my Iron Shield Elf to die, so let me just kill you first. Alright, our opponent is Sol Astora, the Brilliant. And opponent goes first. I don't actually have any discards. Ooh. I don't think I can keep this hand. Opponent's going first. I don't have discards. Again, I hope I draw into something because 2 practice offense is very strong. And I am 1 discard away from being good. I had to get 2 draws at it. You know what? I'm gonna be greedy and bold. Immediately punished, but you know that's just how it is. Blue eye control means being bold is just bad. Just all around bad. Is this really loud? What? I hear a lot of feedback from my mic. They're probably just got a 4 color control. They're even gonna kill my shadow. Okay, I could play Bloodghast. Check it out, hardcast Bloodghast. Bet you've never seen that coming. Stock up. He has so much time. He's stocking up on me. Inti is a very good call. I'm going to discard a card to draw a card. Probably our offense. Oh, land though. I'm going to lose that, unfortunately. But Inti is a very good card. Let's see who get dodged here. Not enough mana for dodge, but is enough for a draw 2, discard 2 card. Just letting it go. I'm gonna go to combat. He's gonna kill my Inti. Inevitably, Inti is down. Oh, he's tapped out, so maybe this is a good time for Desecrex. Man, I'm at 11, he's at 18. Typical control opponent. You have a loot now. He's gonna stock up. He's got 2 mana left, he's gonna stock up. What he's gonna do? Kill my Desecrex? It's a villain's not an outlaw, which is that's outrageous, right? Let's put out the elf. I will be the player. I'm gonna make my Bloodghast double strike. Not a very good play, but is a play I'm gonna have to make. He's gonna sear Bloodghast. Double strike. It's not even here. Okay, so I can attack for 8. This would do just that. I do have to sack it. I don't think I want to play this land this turn. I'll play land next turn so I can bring the Bloodghast out. He's on 6 mana. Maybe he tries to exile the Bloodghast. It just says go. Bloodghast is coming out. Defeat on the elf. I mean, I can't stop it, so you got it. Does it gain hexproof? No. Feels like it still has something. I don't know what he has. Blue-eye control is always scary. It's probably a Helix, but no, okay. GG. He's it's probably a Helix, but this is 14 damage. No, but he's gonna go to 16. I don't know. But we won. I'll take a win. Alright, our opponent is Drethiel. The crafty. You go first. I get a Mako and okay. I will need to draw more lands, but I'm hoping I do. Gene Pollinator. It's not gonna block. Yep. No, there's no way it's a Cavalier deck, but they have black, so I don't know what's going on. They definitely hit their curve at the exact right time they need it. Do I just discard all my cards? No, let's let them take one of these. Take my practice offense. I get a burst lightning. It's not the land. It's definitely not a land. It's very arena for us. Well, they have three mana, so it's not the scariest. But us not drawing land number 3 there, where we definitely needed it, is the worst feeling in the world. But like I said, it's very Magic the Gathering here. Force of the loss. Alright, I guess it's a race. Forsaken Miner. This is like 2 degenerate decks just combined together now. Yeah, I just saw in attack. Why not? You don't need a block. I ain't gonna draw a land anyways. 2 lands. Alright, our opponent is Manolo. Manolo? Manolo. Mana low. My mana is low. Alright, Moonshadow, Marauding Mako. That's pretty good. Pretty good start. Are we starting town? On the, yeah, we're on a Moonshadow turn 1, so it's a good start. I don't know if I can Tursa the Desecrex. That's 5 mana to actually activate. I could just toss the Mako. Seems like it has nothing. You can also hardcast the Mako. You know what? It's fine. It's not hardcast the Mako for more threats. Don't want to take turn 2 off just to deal 1 extra damage. Tursa would deal a lot more. Demon Wall. Yeah, Tursa would deal a lot more. But I would have to toss the Moon Shadow in order to do that. We'll do it. I have to play it on the same turn as discard it, so I cannot do that altogether. This is... Well, everybody get in there. Is he blocking Mako or Tursa? Blocking Mako. So Moon Shadow gets bigger. Slasher. I don't think I can attack with both, since this is the case, right? I can also Inti. Inti might be better, because I discard a card and I draw a card, but not an actual draw. Can I draw a land? Let's find out. I do draw a land. Unfortunately, it's a sad land. The Concealed Courtyard sadness. Here comes Bloodletter. But hey, if he Bloodletter an attack, I think we just win. So, we can secure our stuff. Oh, that's tragic. Do you attack? He does not. I have Menace. Huh. I can do this. I didn't feel a stick. I didn't feel a stick. He's gonna have to block. And discards a card, so this goes to 7. GG. Alright, our opponent is Sop. Sop it! You go first. I mean, I do like a you go first, but can I get a not dumb hand? Alright, we'll Kuba root it up. I don't think that was the right land to play though. Alright, guess we gotta roll that. Mako. I can erode that, so that's something, but giving him a mana is not gonna feel good. This is just 1 damage. We'll take that. Wonderweave Aerialist, that's where it gets tricky. I don't have Hexproof in this deck, and Shelter by Ghost will definitely just get me, so... Wow! I'll take that. I will absolutely take that. Another Aerialist. I can't block, buddy. So, go ahead and exile. Can't stop him from doing that. He's holding up 1 mana, so I don't really get to do much here. I feel like there's a Shelter by Ghost, but I still think I gotta attack with an NT up. like a protection spell. I can discard a Practice Offense. But I... I guess Shelter by Ghost is going to hurt a lot. So do I just ignore the Erode? I don't think I can ignore the Erode either. These are all really important cards for me to hit. That's so unfortunate. Discard a card to draw a card anyways. 3-2, you want to trade? Doesn't want to trade. Feathered fly, it's flying. When it gets to 3, it's +3/+3 and hexproof indestructible, right? So can't let him get to 3. Hardened Academic. I could be getting a land. Can I get a land? Oh man, if only I get a land here. This will be very important. Desecrex. I don't have creatures in the graveyard for me to Desecrex on. I can practice Offense, which will discard a card, but I don't know if I have enough time. I can discard a land, hope to hit a white mana, but if I don't, this is gonna get us. Still, didn't come here to not do this. I'm gonna be a player, and I will put up a Swamp Sun on this. Double strike. This is 10. I could make that 12. 13, 14, 15. It's actually lethal. Tursa, and I gotta discard a card to draw a card. The Erode won't help. Another Practice Offense. And then a land. That's a Charmage's Rescue. But like, what's the plan here? Just a chump? I could discard this to make it fly and make it lifelink, but I don't think I want it. I'm at 12. This trades. Yeah, he's gonna get hexproof, but I'm gonna get a kill. Unless there's a Shelter by Ghost. Spell of Lander. Dude, buddy, you're at 2. I don't know about all this. Sure. If that makes you feel any better, you have an 8/6 hexproofing guy. But I'm gonna practice a little bit of an offense. Double strike. If I discard, I can deal 2 damage. It's gonna be this. Discard a card, draw a card. That's 2 damage. And we already won. GG. Nice veteran survivor. Too bad you couldn't survive. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those Mardu Discard games, how does this deck feel? Well, yeah, Mardu Discard, very strong, very aggressive, and practice offense is a broken card. I get it. Everyone don't like the art. Everyone likes the damage dealing side of it, and we got to deal the damage dealing side, so that's nice. But yeah, this deck is aggressive. Push through, it wins. That's all you need to do. Along with that, I did want to talk about a few of the fringe sort of awkward plays. The Bloodghast, obviously, you never want to hardcast that, so this is really just luck, right? You want to make sure you discard Bloodghast instead of hardcasting it. Having discard help to put Bloodghast into the graveyard. So there's plenty of discards in this deck. I don't think we ever had an issue where we are thinking about hardcasting Bloodghast. Desecrex, on the other hand, it's very often I just kind of pay 4 for it instead of paying 2 because I forgot the Mayhem side, or I didn't have a discard synergy, or I had Tursa, which means I need 5 mana to discard and then Mayhem it. And that's hard for this deck to actually pull off. So with all of that said, I do think Desecrex is a one-off. Don't add more than one-off. This deck would be very bad if you have more than one Desecrex because it's going to get stuck in our hand a lot. So yeah, that's where the main board kind of lie. I don't like Erode. I actually very much dislike Erode. I'd much rather have a Get Lost than an Erode. There was a few games where I could have held up 2 mana. That would have been fine. I could have just Get Lost their creatures instead of Erode them and give them extra mana. But honestly, didn't really change too much of any of the games, right? If it was a Get Lost instead of Erode, I don't think it would have changed drastically in any of those games that we played. So it's fine if you like Erode. If you want to try it out, see if you can hit a Planeswalker. Get Lost is a Planeswalker too. So I don't know if the Erode's good. But it's there, so that is one of it. And then finally, the land base. The land base is where it got really tricky, and I got very unhappy about the net deck that I did. So here's the thing. 4 Concealed Courtyards, horrendous. This card has just killed me so many, well, like, I won still, but it killed my momentum in so many games. Because I draw it on turn 4, or I mill it with Inti on turn 4. I'm like, oh man, if this is an untapped land, I would have won. But it's not, right? I already have Starting Town as a slow land, and Inspiring Vantage kind of is a slow land, so I want this gone. I want 4 Concealed Courtyard gone. I will run 4 Godless Shrines and 1 Courtyard, or even 1 Verge. And I will also cut the Inspiring Vantage down to 1. If I want red-white, I'll probably run another Verge. So if you have 4 Godless Shrines, I don't think it hurts too much to just have 1 of each Verge. And then the Multiversal Passage and Mountains can all just be basic lands. Because at that point, right, if you have enough of the shock lands, the Verges all get activated, and you won't have any issue casting the Mardu cards. And this deck does need all 3 colors. We got very important black cards, very important red cards, and we got very important white cards. So yeah, you need the Mardu color, but once you get there, it's beautiful. It synergizes so well, as you see in today's games, where it doesn't seem like we're winning, and all of a sudden, right from nowhere, practice offense twice in 1 turn for 5 mana is a double striker. 2 creature getting double strike in 1 turn while getting +2/+2 is an instant win. And this deck, with these little tiny 1-drops, all of a sudden is dealing, 4 or 5 power with double strike. 2 of them is lethal without ever having to deal any damage prior to that. And that's how strong this deck is. And yeah, I do think this deck is very high up in top tier if you play it right and if you get the lands right correct. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.